Good morning, guys. Let's do a little movement meditation together. Now, I'm a disabled with a pacemaker ex-professional dancer. I'm not a yoga instructor. This is just how I like to move in the mornings because if I do sun salutations like in yoga and stuff like that, I will end up way too dizzy. I can't go up and down with my head like that, so this is what we're doing today, and I hope you guys follow along with me. Just excuse my voice being scratchy because I'm fighting off a cold still. Okay, I loosened up my shoulders. I'm taking a deep breath and I'm going forward for my first not sun salutation. I'm going to stretch here slowly and not come back up. I'll get too much vertigo from going up and down. Now you can see my hips aren't directly over my heels. It's getting better now, but it usually takes a second in the morning, and that's really the goal here. Good stability and your hips right over your heels. Try and get a nice deep bend or plie in the knees. And when you stretch up, it's a little bit easier to focus on getting those hips directly above those heels. Now I'm walking the knees, and this really helps stretch the hamstring on the other side without doing both at the same time, especially when it's so early in the morning and we're just starting to move. Now again, I won't be doing multiple of these, so really focus on lengthening the back. This is about as high as I'll go up with my head so I don't get too dizzy from going up and down. And then when you're breathing in, focus on expanding the rib cage. And when you breathe out, focus on lengthening the spine. Now I do that throughout my entire practice, but it really helps to start here. Now this is sort of a three-legged downward dog, more of a dance position because the hands are a lot closer, and I just like this better for the stretch and support on the standing leg. But you can do whatever feels better to you. It depends on the morning, you know? Now we're going to switch to the other side with a nice deep bend in between and a big stretch up. Your leg does not need to go this high. You just need to go where you feel it. And when you bend, really try to feel that stretch in the front of the hip flexor. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I am snap, crackle, popping like a bowl of Rice Krispies getting hit with milk. So if that's you, that's totally fine. Move out all the kinks. My wrists and my joints aren't very stable from having Ehlers-Danlos, so that's why the towel's in front of me. Having a thick towel folded up really helps my wrists if I'm doing anything in a plank position or just putting my wrist down at all. It's really helpful so that I can have a little bit more longevity in my exercise and I don't have to stop because my wrists are hurting. Here, I'm lengthening my spine again. That was our only time when we were upside down where I'm going to be lengthening my spine. You're welcome to do it again. But sitting here like that is another good chance to lengthen your spine while taking a lot of time before you look up again, because that makes me super dizzy. So I have to sit here for a second, get my chest, my sternum up to the sky without falling over. Now I'm doing a lot of hip opening in this one. That's where trauma lives in your hips. And my right side is particularly bad, especially this morning. I'm coughing even in the video. Excuse my voice, please. But this is a great chance to just be a little childlike, do the butterfly stretch from our childhood. I don't know if you guys took a bunch of dance classes as a kid, but we were always doing this butterfly stretch. I do it with my kids now. But I'm trying to get a good stretch in. I definitely overextended my elbow there, so I'll have to watch that next time. And it is morning, so I'm tired. But this hip really needs to loosen up, so I'm going to be focusing on paying a little extra attention to it, which is why I decided to do these windshield wipers. Even though extending my head back like this might get me a little bit dizzy. It felt like the right move at the right time. And it really wasn't too bad. I mean, it hurt my hip, or not hurt. Let's not ever hurt while we're stretching. But it was an intense, deep stretch, especially when I came back on the other side now. A nice extension. Don't get yourself dizzy. If this will make you dizzy, you can totally skip it. I don't know how many other people are watching this with an autonomic dysfunction, but they tell us to do yoga all the time. Like, it's easy to just figure out how to not get dizzy the whole time, but it really does take a sec. That wasn't too dizzy for me, so I'll be remembering that and trying to do some more movement meditation towards the end where I can go back and forth like that, because that's working this morning and up and down is not. Now, I'd often do, I think it's called in yoga, a cow pose? No, it's like a skull of a cow something. I'm really not sure. But that is where your knees are together and your feet are on either side. But my hips were just not there this morning. I wanted to take a nice deep stretch like this. You're welcome to do whatever feels best for you. But this is a good time to picture warmth where you're stretching. Some people like a ball of light or a certain color. I like to just picture healing warmth spreading out from the area that I'm really deeply stretching or that's really hurting. Again, I shouldn't be saying hurting, but with EDS, my joints are pretty ouchy. But it should be a nice deep stretch, and if it's really intense, just picture warmth spreading through while you breathe. Now I'm switching over to the other side, and there's dust and dirt everywhere. I don't know if you can tell from my ceilings, but my house is a construction zone right now, so just bear with me on my voice and the mess in my house, please. I'm taking my time moving forward on this one. I don't want to get too dizzy with the up and down, especially from the last one I just did. So I'm going to take a little time here, take lots of deep breaths. Again, remember when you breathe in to expand your body. Think of expansion, even think the word. If your mind wanders a lot during yoga or meditation, sometimes it's helpful to just chant out loud or even in your head the words as you're doing it. So expand as you breathe in and lengthen as you breathe out. This really helps me not sink down while I'm meditating for long periods of time and get bad posture. It really helps me breathe through any really intense feelings during my stretches. I hope it helps you too. If it does, try it out. Let me know. Again, move up nice and slow. I'm using my hands for support, just in case. We're on the ground, so if we dizzy fall, it's not going to be too bad. But, it's nice to walk up slowly because nobody wants to get too dizzy, right? Straddle is next, and I've got dirt everywhere. Sorry for the construction. That's just life. Okay, here I'm going to be doing some movement meditation. You can do this as long as you like, but it's really nice to reach and extend. It's a nice stretch on the side of the body. And again, my brain is letting me do this today without spinning around in my head, but you do what feels good to you. If this is making you too dizzy with your autonomic dysfunction, then do one on each side and just hold it. You do not have to go back and forth if that is not feeling good to your body. Try and keep your chest facing forward. You almost want to think about extending towards the ceiling a little bit. Now here I bent my leg and extended again because I can feel that it's not quite fully on the ground. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Bend, extend. Try and get the stretch all the way. that's it for today, you guys. Shake it out. I hope you guys have a lovely day.